Hello, how are you? Good. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Tamika. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday evening. Hello to anybody else I see. I've had maybe 15 people to come through here. They've been quiet, but that's okay. I'm great, Tamika. I'm great. Glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you're doing great. Just running around today. I was off work. Um, didn't exercise today because I had a couple of appointments. So I'm still going to get a walk in this evening, even though I had some appointments. Um, I'm going to still at least get my walk in. And actually, I'll probably do reverse. When I get done on this live, I'll probably still do like a 15 to 30 minute um, weight workout. I didn't think I would get to exercise today, but I think I am. I think I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it off. I think I'm going to pull it off. It's still fairly early. Sometimes I like working out late anyway. So it's just over this summer. I've been kind of getting it out of the way early. And then I come on again and do another cool down slash just a little walk, just to walk and talk and to come live and see if I can get somebody else to get up, to get up and move, to get up and walk. So yesterday, um, I don't want to say her name wrong. Oh my goodness. But she left a comment this morning on one of the lives saying that she got up and she walked. So I was glad to hear that. So I'm not going to say her name, but I think it was M3 and Mendez. I think that's who it was. And I hope I'm saying her name right or her channel name right. So she said that she needed to move and there was motivation. So I was glad to hear that. I was glad to hear that. Even if it's just one person, doesn't matter how many people it is. If it's one, 10, if it's 100, just get up and move. Move around, people. Move around. Don't be sedentary. Don't be sedentary. Don't be a couch potato. Don't be a couch potato. And I know some of you guys move at work, but um, even though even though you may move at work, it's still good to just move around, take a walk, take a stroll, walk around the block, walk around the building at work, or just walk around your house, walk around your apartment complex. Just move a little bit. Do your few stretches before and after. I promise you, you'll rest so much better. You'll rest so much better. A few people came through here, but nobody, only Tamika has come down into the chat. So maybe everybody's busy and maybe some people just want to watch. But whatever you're doing, I'm glad for the people that came through. Even if you just want to watch, I'm glad you came through and you stopped for a second or two or forever, however long that you were here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hold my doorbell, that YouTube notification bell, so that you'll know the next time I go live or upload a short. I'm surprised I haven't seen Cool Gamer. Cool Gamer is up all times of the day, all times of the night. Cool Gamer will catch you. Oh my goodness, I smell that ganja, 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 ganja. That's the stinkingest stuff. I don't see how people can enjoy that smell, but I smell it. So somebody's enjoying it because I certainly do smell it. It feels good out here today. The temperature is even milder than it was yesterday. It's breezy, a really nice breeze, a really nice breeze. I love it. I truly do. Yes, it's really windy. It's really nice and breezy. It's a good day to walk. It's a good day to do a strenuous walk, to jog, you know, to do a brisk walk. It's just a good day for all of that today. This evening, it feels really good out here. So, for anyone who sees this video, wherever you are, I hope that you can get outside or you've had a chance to get outside today. I hope the weather is cooling off wherever you are, because if you're in the United States, it's been a hot summer. It's really been a hot, hot summer. It has. And finally, finally, it's starting to feel like, fall is around the corner. It's starting to feel like fall is around the corner. And that's a good feeling. When I'm done, I'm going to head in. I'm going to get a nice warm shower. And then, of course, you guys know what I do at the end. I'm going to splash. I'm going to hit that cold water. I'm going to splash that cold water all over the place, because it's such a good feeling to have that cold water. Now, I wonder whatever happened to Jordan. He said the last time he splashed water on himself, cold water, he almost fell out of the tub. So I'm wondering if he tried it again. Once you do it a few times, you get used to it. That cold water feels so good. It feels so good, especially in the morning time, especially if you're getting up, getting ready for school or work. You know, you need that boost, that pick me up. Because sometimes, when we get in the shower and we're trying to get our day started, we get out of the shower and we're still all sleepy, groggy, slow about getting the day started. Splash some cold water. I promise you, you'll feel much better about getting your day started. It'll perk you up. It'll wake you up. Hey, Brilliant. Hi, Melinda. Welcome to the live. Melinda says hello, everyone. Brilliant says hello. Lunch Pride. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Chad, Moss, Mika. Hello, 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 hello to you, ladies. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's Wednesday. I Uh-oh. Sorry about that, guys. I hope it didn't interfere with the live feed. But of course, today I've had two phone calls already during this live feed. So how are you, Brilliant? How are you, Melinda? I hope you guys are doing well. If you're content creators and you're in this chat, I hope that you're putting out good content. I hope that you're putting out positive content. And I want to encourage you all to continue to put out your content, no matter how many views you get. Just stay consistent, remain persistent, and put out your content. Put it out. It doesn't matter whether you're putting it out for fun, um, to get monetized, whatever your goal is, continue to put it out. The easy way to do it is not to focus on monetization. I know just about everybody wants to be monetized, and it's a great thing. It's a good thing. And if that's your goal, push, push, push. Put out content constantly, continuously. Be persistent, be consistent. Do that. But that's not everybody's goal. Some people's goal is just to come on here and to have fun. My goal is to come on here and to uplift you guys or anyone else who comes through here, whether you drop down in the chat or not. And it's also to motivate myself. Y'all know I always preach self-motivation, um, self-encouragement. Hey, Cool Gamer. Cool Gamer says hello, everybody. Brilliant says, what's the weather like? It's nice today. Brilliant. I almost said line spot. It's nice. It's nice today. Yesterday was kind of breezy. Today is even better. So fall is around the corner and it's starting to feel that way. You know, I think Sonia said that fall officially starts September 23rd, and it's finally starting to feel like it. It's finally starting to feel like it. Hey, Chef Finest Wine. Hey, 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 my Chef Finest Wine. How are you? Welcome into the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Melinda. Welcome, Brilliant. Brilliant. Everybody speaking to everybody. I'm glad to see that. And again, everybody, I encourage you to don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Continue to put out your content because your content is just that, your content. Do what you want to do. And when you want to make changes to see if you can better your channel, do that. Sometimes change works, sometimes not. And sometimes it just depends on what the change is. See, people are so overly concerned about everybody else when they should just focus on being positive, uplifting, and continuing to put out good, positive, uplifting, motivational, informative content. Chef Finest Wine, go check him out. Great content. Lets you know what's going on with the celebrities. He gives you some of his recipes. He cooks on there for us. He gives us ideas. I promise you, if you don't know what you want to eat today, tomorrow, you go check out Chef Finest Wine. You will know all up and through there, all up and down his channel. You will find great videos, cooking videos, entertainment videos. Go check out Melinda. I've gone to Melinda's channel a few times and it's positive. Sometimes it's just, it's just general stuff. A lot of people just put out general stuff because some people are just on here as an outlet, as a release. Chef says, I'm eating a foot long from Subway. Meatballs, extra spinach, extra everything. So I got to rent it off tonight in my workout. But let me see. That spinach is good. The extra spinach, Chef said extra everything. Now those meatballs, Chef, yeah, they might get you. They might get you. But I know you're gonna work it off. You're gonna work it off. You just subbed to Chef Finest Wine. Thank you, Brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, that's what it's all about. Every so often, I do shout outs on my community wall because what I found out, is that sometimes people will say they support you or that they're going to help you. They're going to watch your videos and stuff like that. I just got out of that mindset. It's like, I work, you know? So I think everybody thinks that everybody's on here for money. Like people do social media for all kinds of reasons. And if the money comes, that's a great thing. Don't turn it down. Don't turn it down. But my goal is to motivate and to uplift. And again, not just to motivate other people, to motivate myself. We're all human. We all go through things sometimes. And sometimes your best motivator is the person that's looking back at you in the mirror. So, people will say that they're happy for you, or people will tell you, go ahead and do this and do that. And as soon as they say it, 2 seconds in their mind, they're saying, I don't care, or they just talk. Sometimes people are just talking, and we all can just talk. But if I say it, I mean it. I promise you, if I say it, I mean it. You'll know if I'm just joking around. If I say something, I mean it. Chef says, likewise, brilliant. I think, I missed that. Okay. Brilliant says she just sold up to Melinda. Thank you, Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, yes. Please hit that like button. Please, y'all. Hit that like button. It's free to hit the like button. It's a form of support. It's a form of support. Hit the like button. If you come across this video when the live is over, leave a comment if you like. You don't have to, but leave a comment. Hit the like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hold my doorbell down, better known as that YouTube notification bell, so that you'll know the next time I do a Let's Walk and Talk Live, and you'll know the next time I upload a short. Because I'm predominantly a shorts channel. I just like to put short clips up. Just short stuff. Short stuff. Chef Fine Swine says that he hit your button. He sub to you too, Brilliant. Melinda says, I will be by to see you. Brilliant says, thanks, Chef. Y'all, I'm reading these all out of order, so I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But I'm reading them all out of order. Chef says, brilliant. Same to you. I appreciate that. Yes, y'all. I was busy today. Had a few appointments. I didn't get a chance to work out earlier today because you guys know I usually work out first. And then I come on here and do my cool down. So it's like I literally just got home right before I came on here. And I just said I'll just do like a short walk, a cool down as if I worked out. So I didn't do my elliptical, my full out exercise, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I get my weights in. So I'm definitely going to get my weights in. I will be doing my weightlifting. Brian says it's all good, Lines Pride. Yes, guys, sometimes, you have to take a break, even if it's not intentional. Sometimes you just have a busy day or a full day, and you have it in your mind that, okay, I'll exercise when I'm done. And that's what I had said. I said, I'll exercise when I'm done. But it's starting to get dark a little bit earlier. So I came on here and I said, you know what? I'll just do a walk. That's what I do with my cool down anyway. So I think I'm going to do that. And when I get off, I said I'm going to do my weights, which I am. But I think I'm going to do at least 30 minutes on my elliptical. So, yeah. So I guess I'm kind of doing it in reverse today. I'm doing it in reverse. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Cool Gamer, Melinda, Chef Finest Wine, my Chef Finest Wine. Y'all know what time it is. Who else? Brilliant, a brilliant, blessed mess. Look, Brilliant. When I try to say your whole name, I get tongue tied. Chef says, yeah, I'm not feeling the getting dark early. I know, Chef, I know. And before the time actually is set back, before we actually fall back, it's going to probably be getting dark like 6:30 anyway. And then when we fall back, it'll be 5:30. It'll be 5:30. So, yeah, the time is naturally starting to fall back. And then what is it, November? Like the first Sunday in November, we'll fall back. And it'll be dark like 5:30. Yeah. Hello. So, yeah, it's happening anyway. I wish man would just leave it alone. Like, let it be what it is. Like, man always has to put his hand in something. Bree says, I've been off my workout game this week. I did a workout video today. We'll begin my walks again tomorrow. That's good, Brilliant. That's good. That's good. See, just don't take too long off. And you get right back into it. It's just like riding a bike. That said, you hadn't been on a bike in about 10 years. You may wobble a little bit. You may wobble. So So it takes a minute sometimes. And sometimes people just get right back into it. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Sonya. Okay, Melinda, thank you so much. Am I saying your name right? Is it Melinda or Melinda? I think I'm saying it Melinda. So correct me. Is it one, Melinda, two, Melinda? Hey, Sonya. Sonya says, hey, Lance Pride in chat. Welcome, you guys. And I think I put in the title WWYD. What would you do? And I don't really have a particular question. You guys can, if you would like, share some situations you've been in and you kind of wonder what you would do. And let us know how it turned out. If it turned out, if you were satisfied with the results or you wish you had done it a different way. So I've been on here for a minute now, like 26 minutes. So that WWYD, what would you do? It could be anything. If you had an opportunity to take a job and you didn't take it, looking back today, are you glad that you didn't take it? What would you do now? Or do you wish you had have taken it? Just something simple like that. If you had a chance to, what we talked about lately, going to the military. And if you went, do you regret going? If you didn't go, do you wish you had gone? What would you do differently, kind of? Or if you're glad that you did it the way that you did it, how many kids do you have? If you have the opportunity, or if you have the opportunity to have many children, was that the route for you? Or do you wish you had maybe you had five? Are you glad that you had five? Well, that's kind of now I'm not going to ask that one because it doesn't matter if you have five or six. You're not going to say you wish you had two. Maybe you'll say you wish you had them like in a different time span or something like that. Hey, love to travel with Wave. Wave says, greetings, y'all. Sending you to LA. Chef says, the job is sending me to LA next month. I'm jumping on the opportunity. Yes. I've been handling business now, so my trip can be a smooth one. Good. That's great, Chef. I'm glad to hear that. Yes. Jump on that opportunity. Take advantage of that opportunity. Go and do your work, do the business of your job, do what you need to do, learn some new things if that's what the opportunity is creating for you. Teach some new things. Maybe you're going to teach some people something. Whatever it is that you're going to do, take advantage of that opportunity, and just enjoy yourself as well. Enjoy yourself as well. Brian says, congrats, Chef. Sonia says, Chef finds wine. Go for it. Yes. How long will you be there, Chef? Or is this potentially something that you can do? Is it a potential move? Like a full-time move? Hey, is it a potential full-time move? Or is it like a training or a short-term trip? Whatever it is, I'm so glad that you've gotten the opportunity. So yes, take full, complete advantage of it. I love that. Congratulations. And you're going to love LA. You're going to love LA. I don't care if you don't even get it. If you go there and it's strictly work, Chef, you're going to love LA. It's a 7 to 10 day position. Okay. Hopefully they extend it, purse included. That's great. That's great. I promise you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love that change. You're going to love that change. It's a great opportunity for you to, encounter new people in a different environment. That's a great opportunity, especially when you're talking about perks. You're talking about perks. Marie says, I'm going back to school. Okay. Last Friday, I've been trying to expand on my back and being scared to. Expand on my back and be scared to. I'm finally taking those first steps. September, y'all. Keep me prayed up again. Back for my MSW in social work. Oh my good. Okay, brilliant. Congratulations. Congratulations. So you've been planning this. You already know what school you're going to get it, your degree at and everything. Do that. Do that. Do that. People, I think sometimes, excuse me, y'all, I think sometimes, you know, college isn't for everyone. And when I say that, don't ever take me to be discouraging because I have a college degree. I have a couple, and I am truly grateful for them. And I often hear people say they kind of down having a college degree, but you know who usually does that? It's usually the people who don't have a college degree. So how, if you don't have a college degree, don't down people who do. The same way that you don't like being down for not having a college degree. Yes, can sometimes people with no college degree or maybe an associate's degree make more money? Yes, they can. Can sometimes a person with a 4-year degree make more money? Yes, they can. But with both, you have to acquire a degree of experience as well. And I understand the concept of going to get your bachelor's degree and your master's degree because sometimes that promotion may become yours because you got your degree. You know that so don't bash anybody. Never. I see people do that all the time, and I hate when I see it. People who don't have degrees, they try to downplay them, and I think that's just because they didn't have one. You know, and people who have them try to downplay those who don't. Don't do that either. Yeah, we're supposed to uplift each other, motivate each other, because there are going to be times on some jobs where that degree may pay off. That promotion, instead of the next person getting it, you may get it because of your degree or maybe because of your experience. So don't downplay either. You know, people are smart in all forms, degree forms or non-degree forms. We have to support each other, support people. And if someone says, well, because I've seen people that they didn't necessarily have to get a degree, but their job will send them to educational programs to help them to do better and to also help them get promotions. So whenever there's an opportunity for education, you know, then whether it's a degree or whether it's just like a mentorship program or, you know, just a program to help you better yourself on your current job. Whenever you have those opportunities, take them, take them. Chef says best wishes. Yes, to your career goals, your career goals. Y'all almost said grades. Expand on my bachelor's. Yes, you know, I encourage anybody, people with degrees, people without degrees, just do what's best for you. You know, do what's best for you. Let's see. Regan says, so never will bash. Right. At one time, I don't. Right. Didn't have your high school diploma. So be encouraged. Everyone, never give up. Never give up. And then some people, you know, they have a goal. If their goal is for a bachelor's degree, that's their goal. If their goal is to attain a master's degree or a doctorate degree, and then some people's goal is just to find a field. It can be a technical field, and to expand and do well in that. It doesn't take a degree to be a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people want to be business owners. Will certain classes help you? Yes. But you know, guys, some people just have that Midas touch. It's kind of like being a mechanic. Um, I know people who it's like they didn't really grow up doing that kind of stuff, but they kind of, you know, their dad wasn't a mechanic. They would take their car to the dealership and stuff like that. But then, you know, back in the day when you could work on cars, it's like everything now you have to take it there because everything's computerized. And I've seen so many people who just they made so much money by just working on cars. They didn't have degrees. Now, when they went and became employed, the job would say, hey, you know, if you were certified, you'd make a little bit more money. So that didn't take a college degree, though. Didn't even take a technical degree. They went on a job, they did their work, the job liked them, and they started sending them to different training schools to get certifications. So it just depends on what's for you and what you want to do. So don't downplay people who have degrees, because I'm going to tell you, degrees are very helpful in life. But don't downplay people who don't have them. because the amount of money you make can be dependent on a degree, but it can also be dependent on your experience. It can be dependent on your experience. Chef says, I commend you. So amazing that you didn't give up on you. Exactly, Chef. She didn't give up on herself. Right. That's the key. Self-preservation, self-care, self-motivation. A lot of times we have to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. A lot of times where we may not really need to be pulled up, but there are things that we need to do. And the only way we're going to do them is to just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. Like I was talking about yesterday. Um, my little girl, we were trying to teach her when she was a baby. We were walking her. And it was just like, I'm like, well, it's taking her a minute to just go and just get it. Like she would get it a couple of steps or two. But then one day she just pulled up, y'all, and she just went from the couch to the coffee table, from the coffee table to um the TV table, the thing that the TV was on, and she just came into the kitchen. And it was so funny. But guess what? It was funny, it was amazing, and it was just heartwarming, and just the smile on her face. It was like, even though she was like 11 months, 12 months, it was just like you can tell that even then at that age, there was a sense of accomplishment. So never let anyone make you feel any kind of way negative about the things that you do when it comes to improving yourself. Brian says, with that being said, many folks in my life make six or more figures and have no degree. Right. So it just depends on what route you go. So when asking what would you do, what's best for you, and whatever it is without anyone else's limits, right, or judgments. And hey, people are people. They're going to throw their judgments anyway, but let those judgments fly, fly on by you. Let them fly on by you. Brian says, thanks, Chef. I did for a long time after not finishing um, high school. Shame is a huge inhibitor. It is, but can also be a huge motivation at the same. Yes, being ashamed or being shamed can be a huge inhibitor and a huge motivator. You're absolutely right, Brilliant. You're absolutely right. People are going to judge, and then I say that because I always say self-evaluation. Anybody who's truthful with themselves, we've judged people at times, or we've said something, we've critiqued. To me, a critique is kind of like a kind of not kind of like a judgment. Sometimes you can give constructive criticism, but when you're giving negative criticism, it kind of falls into the line of judging a little bit. So when you criticize someone, let it be constructive, and also offer something in there that will be helpful. Because look, if you feel like you can criticize, even if it's constructive, if you can give constructive criticism, then you should be able to give them something to assist with whatever they're doing. Be right back. Love y'all. Thank you, Chef Fine. Chef Fine's wine. You mind. You know I love you too. These ladies, they can say they love you, but they know what time it is. Yeah, y'all. We have to. And then sometimes, I say you have to motivate yourself, and you have to pull yourself up sometimes. You have to, shake yourself up sometimes, give yourself that speech. But it is nice. It really is nice to have a group of people, a set of people to be able to, communicate with, to confide in, you know, be aware of who you're confiding in. You don't confide everything to everybody. Be careful with that. But like Sonya is a part of I think she said an exercise group on social media, and she said that it's really helpful. She really likes it, and that's good. That's good. You need people who are going to motivate you, you know. And sometimes you're the only person who can like just uplift you. Sometimes you're the only one. Chef says, Chef finds wine, good night. Bree says, yes, it is on Sprite. Yeah, it's good. It really is good to have a group that's motivational, a group that will encourage you, you know, when you're down or when you feel kind of out. It is good to have that. It's good to have a friend that will do that too. But what I've learned in life is that sometimes, y'all, it's just like relationships, like with husbands and wives or partners or whatever. Sometimes you grow apart. And Lunch walkers. Lunch walkers. That's Sonia's group, y'all. It's on Facebook. She said lunch walkers. Sometimes we grow apart. And that's even true with friendships. The only the only relationship that I refuse to grow apart in is with my kids. Now, it's I know sometimes kids get mad at you, sometimes you get mad at them. But if I had to beg someone for a relationship, it would be my kids. It would be my parents. No matter how much we didn't get along, or no matter how much I thought they were wrong, sometimes, like I say all the time, we get on here and act like we can't ignore each other if we don't get along. But then when we're in a house with people who we're related to, we ignore them like we don't see them. And that's not good. That's not good. When we were growing up, we had bouts with our parents and stuff. But if you're talking about begging for friendships, you should beg no one for a friendship. No one. You shouldn't have to. Friendships are natural. They'll develop. Now, that said, friendships do have their ups and downs. They have their bouts. They fall out. But a true friend is going to be there with you regardless. If you guys fall out tomorrow and you really need him or her, next week, they're going to be there. And you should be the same way. And that said, I know, like I said, a lot of times people are like, I'm not going to beg for a friendship. And you shouldn't, especially if it's kind of toxic. Sometimes people just grow apart, like couples grow apart. And sometimes it's best being friends. And if you're friends, if it's friendships, sometimes it's just best, giving each other space and just being associates, being polite, nice to each other when you see each other. But maybe you can't hang out like you used to because you're just too different now. You've grown apart. But my children and my parents, those relationships, I will beg for. I would beg for. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Your children are a product of you. And besides that, you want them to be a better you, a better version, a better part of you. So there's no way, my parents, same thing. Same thing. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It may have been a pause because I got a phone call. It's the third phone call I've gotten. Green says, right. If it's real, it will be there. Exactly. Everyone isn't meant to go to every part of your journey. Right. Some are just pieces. But like you said, kids and parents, that's different. Yes, totally different. And I'll say your significant other can be different. But even with that, even though it's hurtful, it may come a time when it's like, it's better to kind of part ways or be friends, or maybe even just a break. Maybe even just a break. But that that bloodline, the children and parents, no, 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 no. You got to keep that. You've got to keep that. It may not always be great. You may not always get along, but you've got to keep that. You've got to. And if you can't keep it, say someone's not open to it, always be open. Always leave yourself open to your children, to your parents, your mother and father, to your siblings, and to your significant other until it's just to a point where you just can't get it back together, But with your parents, your children, your siblings, it should always be, some point where you guys can like get it together. Just get it together. Yes, 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 brilliant. It should always be a point, no matter how mad you are, no matter no matter how mad you are, no matter how long you've been mad, no matter how upset you are. I don't know if anyone in this chat has ever seen the movie Imitation of Life, but that has always been a good example to me. It has always been a good example for me that, if you haven't seen it, basically, a young lady had a white father, black mother. She hated the fact that her mother was black. But when her mother passed away, oh my gosh, she regretted the way that she had treated her. She regretted the fact that she made her mother feel ashamed, or she not even so much as made her mother feel ashamed, but she made her mother feel like she was ashamed of her. So, because her mother had nothing to be ashamed of, but her being a product of a white man and a black woman, she made her mother feel like she just hated her. Like, why did you have to be my mother? So, yes, brilliant Lana Turner. Yes, never, ever, ever, you know, get to a point where you can't fix it with your parents, fix it with your children, and I will say fix it with your sisters and your brothers. Because a lot of times at the end of the day, that's all you have. That's all you have when you're talking about certain types of connections, that unique connection, that connection that you can't get anywhere else. Some people, you can feel like they're your sister, your brother. You've heard the term like blood couldn't make us any closer. That could be true, but think about it. If they have siblings, do their siblings feel that way about you? No, you're only going to get that from your siblings. And maybe they do, but you're only going to get that from your siblings. So people who don't have any sisters or brothers, you have only, people who are only child. Some of them, the closest things to a sibling that they have is their cousins, but it's still nothing like having a sister or brother. That said, only children, they get used to it, and it sometimes they kind of think about it. I've heard them say, but they've gotten used to it. It is what it is. So I think with them, they tend to just have a stronger connection with their mother, their father, and grandmother, grandfather, maybe aunties, and cousins. But some relationships, they are worth begging for. I know people, a lot of times people say, I ain't begging nobody. Some relationships, they're worth it. And I ain't too proud to beg. TLC said it. They ain't too proud to beg. Brian says, remember when her mom came to her job and she treated her like a stranger? Yes. Then at the end, when she passed and seen her mom, bought her that pony or carriage, can't remember. It was so sad. It was so, so sad at the end. Girl, that was a very important movie. It was. It was. Not too many have watched that. Yes, especially a lot of younger people. If y'all ain't watched that one, it's a must watch with your kids. Yes, I think that's a movie that's a much. It's much. It's still, yes, her mother was black, and she was mixed, but still, it's that. And just think about if they had both been black or if they had both been white. Parents and mothers and daughters go through things. Those are some tough relationships, and those relationships go through some tough times. Now there are some times where everything is gravy, everything is good. You have some people who say, me and my mother, I love my mother. That doesn't mean that the person who goes through ups and downs with their mother doesn't love them, or their mother doesn't love them. It's just sometimes we just click. Sometimes you're so much alike, you click. You just, you clash, and sometimes you're so different, you clash. So when people say, like your grandmother will tell you, you and your mother are just so much alike, that's why you bump heads a lot. And then sometimes they may say, well, you and your mother are totally different, and that may be the reason she can't see things from your point of view. So it could go either way. Sometimes you guys can be so much alike that you clash, and sometimes you can be so different that you clash. And same thing, sometimes you can be so much alike that everything is usually smooth, and sometimes you can be so different that that's the key to things going smoothly all the time. But when you see someone, you may see a friend, and she and her mother have always had a great relationship. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Don't be jealous of it. Try to make your relationship with your mother better. And if your mother is no longer here and you have children, try to make sure that your relationship with your children is better. You don't have children, try to make sure that your relationship with your nieces and nephews are better. If you don't have nieces and nephews, there's always somebody. There's always somebody. We are our brother's keeper. We are our sister's keeper. Make sure your best friend's children's relationship with you is good. Make sure that their auntie, that their nieces and nephews to you, even though they may not be by blood. Try to just make sure that someone close to you, even though, you may not always get along, just try and be there for them. Try and be there for them. Yes, it is black and white. Yep. Very, very deep. Brilliant. Yep. Yep. Some are worth begging for, and some are just toxic. Yeah. Now some family relationships are something else. They are. They are. And I can say, I guess because I know my family, I would beg for my children's relationship. I would beg for my parents' relationship. Even through the ups and downs and the rough spots, just looking back over them, I would beg because as I got older and wiser, I know better, and I knew some of the things I knew better then. But you just clash. Sometimes it's not about always right and wrong. It's just about what's right for you and what's wrong for you, and what they think is right for you and wrong for you. So, Sonia says I have seen it many times. Sad movie, especially when her mom came to her school. Yes, 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 yes. Very sad, very sad. I might do a review of that movie because there are so many people of all races and colors who probably have never seen that movie. But that was a very, very emotional movie. It was a very telling movie. Um, it was just I saw a picture of them, the mom and daughter, later years after that movie, and I can't remember the lady's name. Oh my gosh, I know Lana Turner, but I can't remember the mother's name. But I saw a picture of them, and oh my gosh, when the boyfriend found out that she was mixed and he, attacked her in the alley or wherever they were, it was so sad. It was so sad because he was embarrassed and ashamed of her. And I can't quite remember, but I do know he did that. And when her mom passed, I wonder did she ever think about when he attacked her like that? However, that made her feel that even though she didn't touch her mother had to have had some of those same feelings of how my child is so ashamed of me, she's so embarrassed by me, and so and she's treating me this way. So when that young man treated her that way, but she was young, so she probably couldn't even make the connection that however bad he made her feel, just think about how bad you're making your mother feel. Your mother, you're in a time where it's hard for your mother, really, really hard. Brilliant says Sonya, yes. And Lines Pride, yes, do a review. I'm definitely here for it. Oh yeah, when he found out she was really black. Yes, yes, that was so sad. And I often wondered when I was younger, like, okay, now how does she feel? Does she even correlate the feeling that she has with the feelings that her mother may have had? Her mother, she was ashamed of her mother. Now this young man is ashamed of her. So does she even get it? Like, is it starting to click? I know she cried and cried and cried, but I can't remember. I don't even think she correlated the two as far as the movie goes. But as far as us watching the movie, that's a big question. Like, this young man is so ashamed of you. He was really a bigot, is what he was, but he's so ashamed of you. However bad you feel by him being ashamed of you, how do you think that your mother feels that you're that ashamed of her? Fanny Hurst, that sounds like, yeah, that sounds like, I think that sounds right. Fanny Hurst. I think that's the mother's name. Sonia says brilliant. I can't see any of your comments. Are you serious? Sonia, let me tell you what happened the other day. The other day, how your phone freezes and stuff like that. My phone kept freezing, and I was trying to get a comment off the screen before I ended the live. Tell me why I banned you. I was so mad because it was like it froze. Y'all know, like your phone will freeze. Sometimes you're trying to hit, and make it do something else, and then it finally, I guess, unfreezes, and something else pops up while you're at the same time while you're hitting it. Y'all banned Sonya. I was frantic. I was frantic. I didn't know what to do because I was like, oh my gosh, because Sonya, you remember when we couldn't see each other before and nobody had done anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because sometimes if you do a YouTube live, I'm not quite sure, but I've seen people, it was someone I was trying to ban or block, and I did it through StreamYard. And so I went to look at the block list on StreamYard because StreamYard has a block list too. And it said that I had no one in the block list. And I'm like, what? I know I blocked them because we stopped seeing comments when I refreshed. So I went just to the channel and then it said unhide user. So I was able to, I did it by accident too. But I had done someone intentionally, but then another one I had done by accident. So the other day when I got off the live, it was either the last live I did or the time before when it happened. When I was trying to get the comment off the screen, and I ended up, and I didn't even see Sonia's comment like being near my finger, and it said you have banned this user, and it was Sonia, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went to the StreamYard and it didn't show her being blocked, and I was like, okay, And I thought about it for a second and I went to YouTube. And so I guess when you do it in StreamYard, you have to go to their channel and go to those little three dots or whatever and unhide user. Hey Annie. Annie says happy Wednesday, Lines Pride, Mod, and chat. Hey, how are you, Annie? Glad to have you into the live where we were just talking about the movie Imitation of Life. I'm thinking about doing a review of that movie because there are so many people who haven't seen that movie, and that movie touches on so many topics, like not just the racial component, the mother daughter relationship, the interracial relationship, because the young lady was dating a young white man, and when he found out, he was livid. The daughter was ashamed of her mother. So again, the mother daughter component, the relationship component, as well as the whole racial component, the whole racial aspect. Yes, brilliant, hurtful. Sonia says, "Hey Annie." Brilliant says, "Hey Annie, happy Wednesday." Yes, Sonia. So I was like, "Oh my gosh," because it's so strange and so funny, and it is kind of, I think it is kind of quirky, like when you're dealing with YouTube and StreamYard, and you block someone, or if your mob blocks someone. I'm like, do they have to do it? I would think you could do it when it comes to YouTube, because if you're just doing a YouTube live, then all you have to do is go into your YouTube studio. But what I've come to see lately is that if it happens when you're in StreamYard, I know if I do it, it didn't show up in the StreamYard block list, and it didn't show up in my YouTube studio. It didn't show up in the community, like you can see where people are blocked. It didn't show up there. So I just went to the channel and then it was there. It said unhide user. So Sonya, I was wiping sweat. I was like, my crazy phone was sticking and freezing, and I trying to get, I don't know whose comment it was. It wasn't your comment, but someone's comment was on the screen. I was trying to get it off and it froze, and I was just pecking, tapping, and then it said, it just went too much at once, and it said you have banned this user, and I'm like, it was Sonya. I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. Yes, Sonya. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's funny how when you use these different apps to stream onto YouTube, how you just sometimes never know. You have to go through like real different 2 or 3 different areas to unblock somebody, especially if you've done it by mistake. And there's been times where, like I said, like when it happened with me and Sonya, I don't know what happened. Sonya went to my channel. I wasn't blocked. I went to her channel. She wasn't blocked. We weren't blocked. I don't know what it was. And Sonya, that went on for months, if I'm not mistaken. That went on for months. And I just kept getting in touch with them, kept trying to, it's hard to get in touch with them. So I just kept on. And one day, Sonya, when it went through, I was like, because I could see your comments, but when I responded, if I replied, it would show. And then when I refresh and come back, it would be gone. If I hearted, it would show as that I hearted it. But when I come back, it would be unhearted. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I think in the lives, we could still see each other. So we could still see each other in the lives. It's just that whenever the live was over, we couldn't communicate in the chat or in the comment section. It was crazy. That was crazy. But thank you guys. I thank you all. Tomorrow's Thursday. Y'all know what I've been saying all summer. The weeks are flying by. What major holiday was it? September, Labor Day. So Labor Day is gone. So now it's just what's up next. Halloween, mostly for the young folks. A lot of older people like Halloween too. A lot of people have, they say Halloween has more parties, I think, than any other holiday. So a lot of people do celebrate Halloween. I think because it's like a fun time. A lot of people don't like to celebrate Halloween, but you can, people celebrate it in a fun way. So a lot of times people have work parties. You got college kids, they love to celebrate Halloween. Of course, little kids love to celebrate Halloween. And sometimes parents are having little Halloween parties and carnivals and things like that. So, and it is a time where you're kind of having fall festivals and stuff like that. So yes, Halloween. And you guys know after Halloween, it's just the holidays. I put all of them together. Thanksgiving, even though it's like a month before Christmas, it's just that time of the year. I love that time of the year. We're all hopefully in the holiday spirit, even if you don't celebrate the holiday. I just can't see you not having some type of holiday spirit about yourself during November and December into January. Yes, it was for a while. Brilliant says, listen. Listen, I've learned. Oh well, folks, if you find yourself blocked, don't assume. Oh, yeah, yeah. And see, I don't know, Brilliant. It took me and Sonya a while, and sometimes it just depends. I don't know. It just depends on how busy they are, I guess, or it's because it's one person. We still haven't figured it out. It's one of my friends on here. We still haven't figured it out. I can see her comments and I can see her face, like where she replies to somebody else's comment, but when I comment, um, she can't reply. It's kind of like the issue I was having with Sonya. She can't reply to me. So sometimes she sees them, sometimes she doesn't. And when she does, and so it has to mean somebody is blocked somewhere. But again, I think sometimes when you put certain things in the chat, even though they may be innocent and you don't even know what it is, I think sometimes, YT YouTube would pick up on it and they want to make sure it's not spam. And so they kind of shadow ban you. That's what they call it, shadow ban you from a particular chat sometimes. So I know it's like one person, I think their mod did it and they didn't want to admit it, but you can still go in there and so we had done everything that we could do and it just didn't work. So I had to keep emailing and keep emailing and keep emailing. And Sonya, I really don't know which email it was that made them go ahead and go in and fix it. But yeah, I think the YouTube is really busy. So there are a lot of people on here. So I can kind of understand it taking a while. I'm surprised when Brilliant was saying she didn't see, or I can't remember what it was. I think I didn't see her. Excuse me, y'all. I think she was coming and she knew I didn't see her. So when I saw what she was saying, I went ahead and sent them like 2 emails, and they went ahead and it got straightened out quick because I went to make sure that everything was okay as far as what I could do. And since she was saying it, I was sure she didn't block me. But again, y'all, sometimes you do have to check though, because sometimes you can block someone. You can block someone who's calling you. Especially if you have your phone in your purse, or if you're someone who sleeps with your phone near you, y'all, all kinds of stuff happens with the phone. And it says, I started celebrating the holidays from my birthday in October until January. Yes, yep, Annie. A lot of people do from October to January. Yes. So Brilliant, can you see Sonya now? Sonya says, yes, it's Halloween. It's just a chill day for me. I enjoy the fall colors. Yes. Yep. So Brilliant, can you see Sonya? Because Sonya is a mod. And Sonya, I think even if a person has you blocked, if you're a mod, that you should be able to see them. Brilliant says, yes, time definitely flying by. It's my birthday month, Lions Pride. Okay. Okay. So was September? You're a Virgo, Brilliant? Or are you toward the end of the month? What's toward the end? Is it Libra? I'll be 49 years young on the 20. Oh, there it is, 27th of September. I'm a diehard San, San Francisco 49ers fan, so I'm excited about my 49ers party. October 1st to celebrate my 49th birthday. Oh, enjoy, Brilliant. If you do anything the way you sent your daughter off, you're going to have a good time because you know how to party. You know how to get the men to come over there and do the grilling and all that stuff. Brilliant says, Annie, when's your birthday? And no, I still cannot see Sonya. So no, Sonya, she can't see you either. But I don't understand that though, because usually if you're a mod, you can see. You're not showing as a mod. The only mod I removed was Joshua, and that's because it was just temporary anyway. So I need to check on that. Brilliant says she can see Chef Finest Wine. Annie says Sonya is not showing as a mod today. Annie, October 17th. Oh, okay. Annie's birthday is October 17th. So Annie, that's Libra, right? Oh, you're a Libra too. Yeah, you are too. Oh, that's right. Because toward the end, I know it's when they kind of change. So let me get my other phone, y'all. Hold just a second, because I'm gonna see why Sonya isn't showing as a mod. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm looking. Y'all already know how I am. I have some appointments today, so I'm looking for my phone, my other phone. It's just thrown down here, and I'm trying to figure out why Sonya isn't showing as a mod. Okay. Mm, okay, yeah, I don't know. See, that's and when I started, but there was StreamYard though. It was acting up too earlier. Green says, Annie, I married and you let me marry the Libra. Birthday October 2nd. Oh wow. Whoa. Let me see. You know what? You know what? Sonya, I think what it is, I know what it is. Remember, I said I hit it by mistake, and oh y'all, that's the other phone is loud. I hit it by mistake the other day, so I think that's what it is. So let me see. So let me put it back. I think that's what it is. I think when I banned you by mistake that day when I was tapping on the phone, I think that's what happened. Oh, y'all just talking in chat. Good, good, good. Y'all had this conversation. Had this conversation. These Libras in here talking about weddings and marriages and all this kind of stuff. Ren's got a house full of Libras, and two of my three boys are Libras. Annie says, "Hey, Libra sis." Annie says, "Brilliant. Wow." Miss Sonia hasn't shown in a while. I just waited for you to read the comments to know. Yeah, I don't. She hadn't shown this whole live. I'm glad y'all told me because I didn't. I now see that she's not showing. Yes. Um. Okay, it should be back. Sonya. If you're still on here, leave a comment. I think it should be back. But that's what happened when I hit the thing by mistake and I banned her. I guess when I unhid her, I guess I have to go and remod her. Laugh out loud, I'm missing out on the conversation. Okay, so Sonya, when you are a mod though, you can see Brilliant, right? Let me know if you can see Brilliant when you are a moderator. Sonya says I'm back. So can you see Brilliant now? Yeah, Annie says she's back. Yes, y'all know I only have four moderators. I have Sonya, Chef Finest Wine, Rock Just Living, and Jill's comfort zone. I don't have a big huge chat. I don't need a lot of moderators. So I love my four moderators. Most of them always come through here at some point or another. And Sonya is definitely number one because she is here every day, and I truly do appreciate her. She is back. Yes, I see her. Okay, so you see her now. So what's going? I wonder what's. Have you guys checked to see if you all are blocked? Because I know as long as you're a moderator, you can see her. But when you didn't have the mod stick, you guys couldn't see each other. And I'm telling you, it probably happened by mistake or by accident. Because I'm thinking now that if you guys are in another chat, you won't be able to see each other unless one of you is a moderator. Yeah, you know what? Now I'm glad I said that because I would have been wondering why um Sonya wasn't showing as a mod. I would have been wondering why, even though it probably would have come to me. It would have come to me because I did remember tapping on her name the other day and accidentally and like I said, her comment wasn't even anywhere to be found, but it's just that the phone was freezing, the screen was freezing up. And so whenever it did go through, it ended up hitting her comment and banning her. Geez. Um Brian says, I can't see her yet, but thank God you read all your, you read all her comments so we don't miss any of her nuggets of wisdom. Exactly, exactly. Sonya says, I'll be multitasking and still make it to your live. And I appreciate it, Sonya. I definitely, definitely appreciate it. I truly do. I don't know why Brilliant still can't see you. I'm hoping that maybe it'll take a comment or two. Because even when people are blocked, if they're if there's a mod, I know the mod can see them, and they should be able to see the mod too, I would think. Okay, we gotta learn how these ins and outs and these ups and downs together. Right, brilliant. She doesn't. I truly do respect Sonya because she doesn't miss any of my lives at all. Sonya says, "Thanks, brilliant." Sonya, can you? I mean, brilliant. Can you see Sonya now? She said she couldn't see you yet, but I'm trying to see. Annie says, I usually get home late, but once I finish taking my shower, I check to see if you're on. Thank you, Annie. Yes, Annie is a great supporter. Annie truly is. Annie be hustling, y'all. Annie be getting that work in. So, Annie, you usually get home in the evening. See, Annie gets home from a long day's work. Then she gotta, everybody takes a breather, I hope. You first get home, even before I jump in the shower, y'all, it's like I just get out of all my work clothes and I just sit on the floor just to take a breather. And sometimes if I'm just tired, I'll fall asleep. But I usually just kind of, if I have some things to do, I'll just jump out of my clothes, get in the shower, and then go on. But if it's been a long day, I just sit down, just sit for a few minutes. No, ma'am. She still can't. I don't know what's going on with that. But Sonya can see your comments. But brilliant, so brilliant. When you said it was going on for a while, did you mean just like during this live, or did you mean like in previous lives that you haven't seen Sonya? Because I think you told me that she didn't have her mod stick, right? Let me see. Who told me that Sonya didn't have her mod? Hold on one second, guys. Okay, let me see. I had to step out for a second. Let me see. Y'all, it's so many Libras in here. I'm catching up on some of those previous comments. Well, y'all do y'all thing then, Libras. Libras are coming up. Virgos, y'all better hurry up and do whatever you got to do because Libras are on the way. Libras are on the way. Was Joshua here yesterday? Been missing him. Got to go check in on his channel. He usually be here a lot. Hope he's okay. Yeah, I think Joshua's okay. I hope he's okay. Sometimes he'll miss and then he'll pop back in. Brilliant. I need to work to pay that college tuition. Oh my goodness, y'all, the college tuition is something else. We were just talking about education earlier, and it can be a pain when it comes to paying for it. It's worth it, but it's too expensive. It's worth money. It costs. Everything costs. And the education is worth it, but they're just too expensive. They are too expensive. And they've been working on that. These politicians have been working on it, so-called quote unquote, working on that for years. And every time it seems like they make some leeway, you have other politicians who just want to make sure that some people are left with debt. They just want to make sure that some people are left with debt, no matter how much one tries to help you, another one's trying to knock it down. Sonia said, I didn't notice the wrench was missing until a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. Um, Brian says, girl, you ain't never lied. My baby girl just graduated this year and got a full ride into med school to be a pediatrician. She moves in her dorm next week, and I'm finding hidden unpaid expenses. Yeah, there are going to be some unpaid expenses. And if she's pre-med, at least she's pre-med, because before she actually gets accepted into med, it'll give her time to, figure out if for sure, to make sure that's what she really wants to do. And she has that first couple of years where she can, because college is something else. I love college. College, you go in there, you sometimes you know what you want to do and you're set on it and that's what you want to do. But sometimes you get in there and you see other things, engineering, just chemistry, even teaching, nursing, whatever, being a lawyer, whatever you go in as. Some people, if that's what they come out as, that's great, because that means that they were headstrong and they knew exactly what they wanted. But sometimes you get in there and you can see, be exposed to so many new things, and sometimes you change your mind, but that's a good thing though. Sonya says Libra and Leos only in the chat. Yes, Libras and Leos. Yes, yes, yes. Brian says lots of them, shaking my head, and that's on top of me going back. Yes. Oh my goodness. So I definitely get it. Thank God for financial aid, but it's still expensive. It is. It is. Much respect to you for working hard to handle that. It is expensive. It is very. Sonia says, congratulations to your daughter. Brian says, are you in school or your kiddos or both, Annie? Annie's daughter just graduated high school and has now become a college student. She has now become a college student. So Annie, Brilliant, and Annie, you guys are kind of in the same boat. You guys just sent two young ladies off to college. And tell them to be steadfast, to stay on top of it, to get their work done, to always, sometimes you slip. Nobody's perfect, but to tell them to generally stay on top of it, get their work done, and make sure they know their professors. Make sure they know their professors. Make sure their professors see their faces, because I'm telling you, in auditoriums filled with students, and those professors are teaching 4 and 5 classes per week, make sure that your kids know their professors. Make sure that they make them known. Make sure that they email them, even when they're doing good. Even when they're doing good, because those professors can help them when they slip up or when they're not doing so good. And those professors can also help them, if they're doing good and they need some type of reference or something, they can speak towards their character. Annie says, brilliant. My oldest graduated and finished her master's, now working for federal government. And Lines just told you about the youngest. Brilliant says, wow, I know you are proud. Yes, 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 yes. I know she is. Okay, it was on previous lives. You couldn't see Sonya. So you couldn't see her at all? Brilliant. So I don't know what's going on with that. Girl, take a screenshot and try and send it to YouTube. It might help. Take a screenshot. Well, I don't know. You really can't take what? Can you take a? No. What you need to, she needs to be on your. You need to do it from your channel, because that way they'll know. Because doing it here, they're going to be like, well, we see both of you guys. So if you ever go live, take a screenshot. If you can see her, but you can't talk with her, it's so tricky. Then you'll be able to let them know. See that, and see that's been fixed. So that's why I'm saying sometimes it's just glitches. Sometimes it's just them thinking it's spam or that somebody is spamming or trolling. I don't know, but because I couldn't see you either, and it was my channel. So you haven't. So now I can see you, but you still can't see Sonya, and Sonya's a mod, and that doesn't make sense. But she sees you. She sees, yeah, she can see you, Brilliant. So just tap on her name, and I'll drop Sonya's link in the chat. And Brilliant, tap on Sonya's name and go to her channel and see if you hit her by accident or something. Because I'm telling you, sometimes they do it, but sometimes we can do it too by accident. Especially me, because my phone is in my purse a lot, and I'm just always reaching and grabbing. And if it's unlocked, no telling what happens. Brilliant says, Annie, yes, very. Anytime our kids do better than us is a super proud moment. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said earlier, I will always beg for a relationship with my kids. Those are the relationships that I'm never too proud to beg for. When you're having ups and downs, the relationship with your children, the relationships with your parents and with your siblings, those relationships are worth begging for. I don't care what nobody says. And I can be real stubborn and not, but those relationships, it may take me a minute. I'm going to always fight for and beg for those relationships, period. Because even, when things are bad, those are the relationships you definitely want to preserve. And nothing should be so big that you can't get over it. Now, again, I think like maybe Brilliant said, when people just won't, they're just relentless. They just won't stop, and they're just won't stop, won't change for the better, won't, then there comes a time where you have to feed them with a long handled spoon until, they get it together. So there's Sonya's link, Brilliant. So just go to her channel and click on those dots and see if she's hidden. See if you hit her. Because and I'm sure you don't remember how I know. So if you did it, see if you may have hidden her by accident. And again, if it happened when I wasn't able to see you, it may just be a YT thing. I don't know. But I hope that helps. I hope that helps. There's her link. Annie says, let me see, Brilliant says, Libras are good people, very good people. Annie says, facts, Brilliant. Yes. The Libras that I know, they're good people. They're good people. They're supportive people. And I know some Libras who, I know some quick-tempered Libras. I work with a couple. But that said, they're quick-tempered, but they're softies at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the type, they're kind of like family. Like when how you get mad at certain family members, like and you just can't stay mad at them long. I know I have a couple of Libra friends, co-workers that I work with that are like that. They don't take any junk. They're quick-tempered, but if they see you, kind of going through something or having a day or rough day, because I heard one the other day said that heifer, she gets on my nerves, but I had to ask her what was wrong with her because it seemed like she just wasn't herself today, And it's so funny because she's a Libra. But she was talking about another coworker, and they get along, but they bump heads sometimes. So I think they were kind of on the outs. But she was checking on her because she said she just looked like she was in a bad mood. Brilliant says, yes, Lines Pride. She keeps correcting me. Mom is pre-rex, then pre-med, then med. Yeah, you got to get those when it comes to med school. Like most nursing programs, you got to get those pre's before you can even touch it. Yep. Certain engineering degrees, yeah. Anything that's usually going to take more than 4 years for sure. Yep. I think even those veterinarian classes. Sonia says, I like Libras. Breeden says, Annie, tell your sweet girl, congrats on her government job. Yes, congratulations on her government job. Yes, good job, good benefits, good. Government jobs are usually really good jobs to have. Now, that said, you're not going to always work around your favorite people, but they're generally good jobs to have as far as, the pay. It's with everything else. A lot of times their pay could be better, but just depends on what you are, what position you are, and how fast you grow. That can turn out to be really great too. So Just keep on keeping on. Brian says she's right here listening to you, Lines Pride. So she hears you and said, yes, ma'am, and thanks for the wisdom. And says, thanks to you too, Sonia and Annie. Oh, she's welcome. She said, I know my girls went through, ooh, got some in there, and two have gotten their masters and working. Anything worth having is going to going to be hard sometimes. But even if it's hard, if it's something that you really want to do, it's going to be worthwhile and you're still going to enjoy it. It's funny saying that, but there are a lot of hard jobs that are hard, but people do truly enjoy them because it's just something that they do that they've always wanted to do, and it's their passion. Even if they haven't always wanted to do it. That's like I was saying, when you go into college, you have your mindset. Some people go in saying, I'm going to do this, and they graduate with that degree. Then you have some people go in saying, I'm going to do this, and then they find a plethora of other things that they're good at and that they can, make a good living in. And sometimes they change their minds, but that's okay as long as they get their degree. As long as they get their degree, and you can always get your undergrad in one thing, and then go and get your master's degree in something else. You can always do that. You can always do that. Annie says, thank you, Brilliant. Sonia says, all she is welcome. Brilliant says, I'm sub to you, Sonia, though. I just rechecked, so not sure. So you are sub to Sonia. So when you go to Sonia's channel and you hit those three dots, does it say hide user from my channel, Brilliant, or does it say unhide? And it may not say anything. It may just be a glitch. It should say, when you go to Sonia's channel, if she hadn't been hidden, it should say hide user from my channel. And if she has been hidden, it should say unhide user from. There, because I'm so tired of my phone ringing and it's about to tick me off because the person that it is, I told her that I was doing a live and she's like, well, you usually do it like an hour. It's been an hour and a half. And I'm like, I'm like, I gotta do some self-evaluation. I gotta do some self-evaluation. I told y'all my patience is not long, they're short. She was about to get the short end of my patience. Brilliant says it's probably my account. I will check with YouTube on my end. Her links are there, and I just checked it. Must be my account. I will figure it out, y'all. Okay, Brilliant says you're welcome, Annie. Sonya says I'm sub to Brilliant too. Oh, Sonya, I'm like, are you serious? Like, don't test me. Like, sometimes you know how, like, I don't know, when y'all were growing up, Have your parents ever said you just wanted me to curse? Like you just keep on, and I ain't gonna lie. When I was a teenager, especially, like you like, Mom, this, and this. And so she answers you, and you're like, okay. And so you kind of like halfway know the answer, like, Mom, son, 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 son. And she was like, what you want me to say? You want me to cuss? Y'all, we would crack up laughing. And she would be like, get out of here. I know that's what y'all want. Y'all just want to see me act a fool. So I'm like, she just wants me to cuss. She wants me to cuss. Like, she telling me what I usually do. So that gives her the right to call back when she feels like it. Okay, little mama. And this friend is like a sister, y'all, but I'm just gonna say, okay, little mama. Brian says, dang, Sonya girl, you have 250 subs, sis. I'm gonna need you to start your channel. I can't wait. Brian says, Libras are just emotional, all in or all out. We good, yes, all in or all out. We good people. We just be big sometimes, but never ill intentions. Shaking my head. The Sonya laughing at brilliant. Yes, y'all. I have. She ain't lying though. I usually am off like an hour and 5 or 10 minutes. I've been on here, but I enjoy talking to y'all because, like I said, you never know how somebody's day is going, whether it's me or whether it's one of you guys. And sometimes you just want to hear somebody shoot the I say shoot the sometimes that's all it's about. I remember just being young and my parents, grandparents, even great grandparents, just sitting on a porch, especially like on a rainy night. We had like a covered porch, and we'd all go to the big house, which was like great grandparents house, and we'd all just sit and chill. And I'm gonna tell you, like the way we used to like to sit under adults back then, it wasn't to be like nosy. Like whenever they had adult conversations that we weren't to be privy to, of course we would have to leave the room. But a lot of times it was just them talking about the good old days and stuff. And so when I'm thinking about it, my great grandparents, my great grandfather who was alive for a long time, when after I was born, he would have been like 113 now. And so just looking back on it, it's like we didn't even care about anything. Even if I can think of a time where it may have been getting to where they were talking about something we didn't need to hear, we knew when to leave. We didn't even want to hear that stuff. We always wanted to hear about when they were kids, like the things that they did when they were kids, the things that they did when they were young, like him meeting my great grandmother. We wanted to hear about stuff like that. Him learning to swim on his own, because back then it wasn't no, oh, we're gonna go to the YMCA or we're gonna go get swimming lessons. So we we enjoyed listening to those stories. They would have those old stories like things that they did in school, or with my great grandfather, why sometimes they couldn't go to school because they were picking cotton. Um, they would tell us about old sayings, like things like, I can't remember, but my great grandfather would always say, he would say, I think they would like tip their hat to the moon or something like that, and say good night to the moon or something like that. So they would just tell us some old things, and some things, those things now they seem like they're old to like my generation, especially to people, and then it's definitely to the younger generations, to people like in their 20s, um, early 30s. They seem so old, but they just don't know. Those are stories that you carry with you and that you hold with you for a long, long, long time. The stories that you get from your great grandparents, your grandparents, and your parents, those stories go a long, long way. And as you get older, maybe not when you're younger, but they're in your memory bank. They're there, and you start to remember them as you start to mature, as you get a little bit older, and you start getting your late 30s, your early 40s. You start to remember those things, and you start to realize why they would say the things that they said, do the things that they did. It was because of the way of living that they had back then, and a lot of the things that they did then, they can really help you today as far as self-preservation. Yes, Sonya, the good old days, the good old days. The benefits are amazing. Yes, brilliant. Yes. Annie says, brilliant. I agree with most of what you said, but my family said I don't show emotions until it's towards my kids. Really, really, Annie. That's funny how the signs, when you talk about signs, that a lot of signs are a lot alike, but then sometimes you see signs that are the same as you, and you're like, no way. Like, no way. Like, I've seen some Leos on here, and I'm like, there's no way they're a Leo. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know if it depends on if you're a July Leo or an August Leo. I feel like August Leos are the Leos, but I've seen some August Leos, and I kind of be like, really? Shit, that's a Leo. So are you guys like that? Do you sometimes see like Libras and you're like, is that a Libra? Is she a Libra? He's a Libra? Kind of like a little bit shocking to you. Brilliant. Congratulating everybody. Congratulations to you too, Brilliant. Congratulations. You're about to start a new journey. You are a familiar journey, but a new journey. It doesn't say unhide. Well, if it doesn't say unhide, then it should be good. So it may just be a glitch. I'm not sure. Just say subscribe. Um, when I click hide user, it gives me the option to, so I know it's not blocked. Probably a glitch in my end. Thanks for helping me troubleshoot that. I'll take it from here, sis, and keep you and Miss Sonia updated. Okay, I appreciate that, Brilliant. Jill, hey, Jill, we called your name a few minutes ago. Did we talk you up, Jill? Jill says, hey, Lines Pride in chat. I'm not feeling well, but I'm in the clouds listening, huh? I appreciate you, Jill. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being in the clouds listening, and I hope and pray that you feel much better soon. So, guys, Jill says she's not feeling well, so, you know, let's boost Jill up and hope that she feels better really, really soon. And you say that too. Yes, it's like I look at something like, is that a Leo? Like, is that a Leo? And I think sometimes Leos take a little flack because we have the lion. Our animal is the lion. So I think sometimes people just want to just mess with Leos sometimes just to see if they can make the lion roar, or if they're just like the cowardly lion on the Wizard of Oz. And I always tell them there was only one Wizard of Oz. So there was only one cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz. So you're gonna always catch that one. That one out of 100,000 or something like that, however they do the ratio. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, is that a Leo? And then when I look at, my kids have Sagittarius, I have Cancer, got a Taurus, and I'm like, I see other Tauruses, I'm like, is that a Taurus? Because not just because of the way mine act, but I see others that act like mine, and there's so many others. And then when I see one that's a little bit different, I'm like, that Taurus seems more like a Cancer. Like Cancers are really like sensitive and generous and loving until you make them mad. I will say Cancer signs, never underestimate a Cancer sign. Because they will snap on you if you push and push, but they are really generous. They're loving initially off the bat. And now that said, I might see one tomorrow who's a H raiser, because there's always that general consensus, and then there's always a few who are a little bit different. Bree says, "Oh, don't hurt her pride." Annie says, "Hi, Jill. Please feel better soon." Jill says, "I'm here. Thank you." Everybody speaking to Jill. Sonia says, "Hey." Bree says, "Jill's comfort zone. I am just getting over a bug too. That doggone C word is revisiting. Oh my gosh. Prayers for you. Up for you. Hope you're feeling better soon. Definitely time to remask back up in public. Yes. Guys, protect yourselves. Don't, because I'm that Leo. I don't care what they say. Whatever they say, that that's on them. They do what works for them. But do what works for you. Protect yourselves as much as possible. Distance yourselves and protect yourselves to whatever degree that you feel is necessary, to the degree that you feel comfortable." Brian says, we appreciate you always, Signs Pride. Nonetheless, our time definitely, yeah, it's valuable. Yes, tell your friend our bad for us. We be keeping you as long as we can when we got you. Oh, I appreciate that, Brian. I appreciate that. I think she was mostly picking on me because she had called once earlier. And I was like, I'm on live. She's like, oh, well, I wasn't sure. You be going live anywhere between like 6 to 8 o'clock. So I wasn't sure. So, I can't fuss too much, because when I call, and if I have to call her back, I'm gonna be like, girl, what you doing? So what? I can't fuss, right? I cannot fuss. I can't fuss either. But that just comes with relationships, like we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you have to, you get to know people, you get to, understand who they are. And even when they're snappy or in a bad mood, you don't always take it personally. And even if you do, if it's real, like Brian said, if it's real, you get over it, you get past it. You get over it, you get past it. It's just, because that's what relationships are. Relationships aren't going to always be perfect. They're not. Whether it's your relationship with you and your boss, you and your family, you and your friends, you and your acquaintances. It could be at your job when you encounter people in the public. You're going to have so many come in there that's nice and friendly and polite. Then you're going to have that batch that comes in there that's just that batch of people. Yeah, because I just realized I said that batch because some people take that differently. That batch of people that comes in and they're just something else. You're welcome, Jill. You're welcome. Sonya says this is the longest I've been on your live. It is. It is. I haven't done a 2 hour live in a long time. I told you I did a 6 hour live once. That live was long. It was fun though. It was long and it was fun. That was like over a year ago. I think about a year. It was a little over a year ago. It was fun. It was a long, long live. But I am going to get out of here because I need to get out of these clothing. And I just need to chill out. What's tomorrow? Thursday? You're drinking you some red wine, Sonya. All right now. Don't hurt nobody, Sonya. Don't hurt nobody. Look. Don't go in there. Don't go in there picking with your husband. We talking grown folks talk now. Don't go in there. You know how some of us do. We get a little wine in us, we get a little frisky. He might like that though. He might be loving it. He probably like, come on in here, gal. Come on. Bria says Annie all in or all out. Yep. Yep. He may be glad you sipping on some of that old red wine. Annie says, cheers, Sonya. Sonya sipping on some red wine. Getting it's that time, it's wine down time. It is wine down time. Wine down with some red wine. Sonya says, my doctor said it's good to drink some. I'm here with my doctor. Y'all know, y'all know they may take that statement and say, oh, look, restricted, 18 and over. I have thoroughly enjoyed you ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much. At first, nobody was in the live, and I was like, it's Wednesday. I guess people are trying to regroup and refresh for the rest of the week. But sometimes it's like that. It's just like that. People have things to do. Sometimes you're not going to always be able to see in the live. I appreciate each and every time that you guys do. I appreciate anybody who catches the replay. I really do appreciate it. If you come through here and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Hold my doorbell down. That's that YouTube notification bell. Hold it so that you'll know the next time I go live. You'll know the next time I upload a short because I am mostly a shorts channel. Y'all know I love animals. I've been trying to get into other things, some relaxation stuff, but I do love animals, and I'm gonna get back to uploading a lot of animal shorts. But it's that time of year, so there's no telling what I upload. It's pretty outside. You can go on a nice walk, a nice ride, and just see just nature. I really do enjoy nature as well. So I want you guys to still move. I know it's gonna get cold soon, but even though it's cold, move. You can warm up. You can warm up. Dress warmly. Dress appropriately. Keep yourself safe and just move. Keep those joints moving. It's winter time. Sometimes it's kind of like a car, and the car is a little bit more loose. In the wintertime, you gotta let that thing warm up. So the bodies, they're a little bit looser in the summertime, even though we still need to move. It's hot, it's sweaty, they're a little bit loose. Starts to get cold, you get a little cranky. So keep moving, even while it's cold, even during the fall, during the winter. Every day is a good day to exercise. Every day is a good day to increase your mobility. Annie says, I am going to make some food. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. You too, Annie. Thank you so much again for always supporting and for coming to the live. I appreciate you. Sonia says, my daughter is 20. She don't drink. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's a good thing. Sonia says, Annie, enjoy your dinner I ate earlier. Brilliant says, you too, Annie. Have a good night and save us a bite. Jill says, have a blessed night, everyone. Yes. I do too, Sonia. I love fall, especially to exercise. It feels so good outside. Yes, guys, have a great night. Again, I wish you all peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And anywhere you see negativity and chaos together, you fail to prosper. And if you prosper in that, I don't think it's much. So, keep your head clear. Don't let bother people bother you. Don't leave this app with more stress than you came on here with. Enjoy what you enjoy, whether it's drama, whether it's motivational speaking, whether it's just shooting a breeze, whether it's movie night, whether it's cooking like Jill and Chef Finest Wine over there, whether it's cars like Badass, whatever it is, whether it's family channels, it's couples channels, whatever it is, just find yourself a couple of different things to watch so that you'll stay interested. Sometimes social media just gets boring because you're only watching one thing. Now, if you have things to do, do what you need to do. Don't put off your work. Don't put off the things that you need to do. But if you're going to be on social media, sometimes it's good to kind of just, move around a little bit, move around a little bit. But whatever, just do whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. Priyan says, I have a Sag, my firstborn, last probably November 25th. Sags are something else. Strong-minded people. Yes, never ever underestimate them ever. Shaking my head. My oldest is a Sag too. Yes, 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 yes. Early December she is, and yes, she's very, very strong-minded. Yes. I have a niece that's a Sag. She's early December, strong-minded. Jill says, thanks, Sonia. Sonia said, Jill, have a great night. Brilliant. My firstborn, a Sag, she was born December 10th. I agree, brilliant. They are strong-minded. Yes, Sages are. They are strong-minded. And Sonia, they're also fire signs. So, yeah. What's the fire signs? Leo, Sag, I think Aries. I think Leo, Sag, and Aries. I don't know much about signs. I never really been into it like that, but I do when I come across things and I see things with descriptors or descriptions. I can relate some of those things to Leos, and I can relate some of those things to particular signs that I have in my family. Your mom as well, Sonia? Okay. Bree says that's a good friend though. She knows your schedule, and that's a good thing. Yeah. Yep. She is. She is. Bree says Jill's comfort zone. You too. Yes. Okay, guys. I'm gonna see you guys. Leo and Aries. Yes, and Sagittarius is our fire signs too. Leo, Sag, and Aries. And I didn't know that for a long time. I didn't know that. I learned about Sagittarius first being well, I knew Leos were. Then I learned about Sag, and then I learned that the Aries are as well. See, I don't know much about it. If anyone had just asked me out of the blue, I would have said an Aries is an air sign. I just would have correlated it like that. Aries, air. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think I don't get into it much because, like I said, my mother is a Scorpio, and I'm a lot like my mother, but I'm a Leo. So people in general can just be really similar sometimes, whether they're the same signs or not. I do know Scorpios do have a lot of the same, you know, characteristics that Leos have. But when I was younger, I felt like we were just so different. But like I said, my grandma was like, y'all a lot alike. But my mother's a Scorpio, and I'm a Leo. Maybe it's something about the O. Bree says, good night, y'all. We'll catch you next time. Good vibes. On that note, Sonya, I'm going to grab me a glass of wine also and relax. All right, ladies. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I've enjoyed you guys. And I see that you guys enjoyed each other. And that is the goal. That was the goal. That's the goal. To be motivational, to be encouraging, to be uplifting, and to just enjoy each other, to drop nuggets, to pick up nuggets that you can use on your own and that you can share with those that you know and love as well. So that being said, I will see y'all on the next live. Bye, y'all.